Welcome to Engagement Fundraising, where you'll learn how busy fundraisers like you are generating more major and planned gifts at lower costs. Brought to you by iMarketSmart.com, the software and services company that helps nonprofits raise more money more efficiently.
This is like a fine wine that needs to be aged. It's not McDonald's here, but they treat it like McDonald's because unfortunately for the fundraisers, everybody else wants some kind of immediate gratification. So they get addicted to sending out that email blast or sending out those letters and getting money back.
Hi there, I'm Tim Chen, marketing solutionist at MarketSmart. On today's episode, I sit down with Greg Warner to discuss our first user-submitted question on cultivating relationships with donors now and why it's so hard to change the mindset at an organization that's always done something a certain way. You can have your question discussed on the show by emailing me, Tim, at iMarketSmart.com. Not sure what engagement fundraising is? Well, you will soon.
Tim, I'm back.
You're back.
I am back. I dropped my daughter off at college.
Sad moment.
It's the greatest mixture of happiness and sadness. It's a borderline religious experience. We didn't do a drive-by and just push her out the car.
It's like a weekend unloading and moving in kind of event.
Yeah, and I feel bad.
Did you get to have some college food where the cafeteria is open yet?
I did not eat that food. We went out to dinner and lunch and stuff. They fed us. I have to give a shout out. And next time I'm up there, I'll visit the fundraisers because they are customers of ours, they're clients, But I have to give a big shout out to Case Western Reserve University, which is where my daughter's going. What an unbelievable university. The way they treated everybody like royalty. I shouldn't say like royalty. They treated us like people.
Like individuals and not cattle that they're herding around. Yeah.
We're not just numbers. I mean, they were just unbelievable. And ever since the minute my daughter even applied or was on the radar with them, they have given a first-class Disney experience to us as a family, to my daughter. And of course, knowing that we work with them, I mean, they're not the only college or university, that we work with, but boy, are they great. This is someplace.
Yeah.
If you get the chance, you send your kids there. Jeff is the one who works with them more, and I think maybe Lizzie or Jen, but I got to get and meet the fundraisers.
Yeah.
They must be outstanding.
Yeah. How much did they learn from us to be where they are now? Is this is just their how they
They're
are?
Relatively new clients with us.
Okay. So it helps to start a good place.
They're fantastic. We cannot take any credit. I mean, they've done exceptionally well with our platform, and the results have been outstanding, but that's because they're just an outstanding institution. It was a fantastic experience.
One more left in the nest, right?
I got one more left. He said, though, that I can't embarrass him like the way I embarrassed my daughter. I think he wants the drop and run. So I'm back, and I'm full of feistiness. I'm ready to rock.
Yeah, my dad gets very emotional with like graduations. He'll be in tears and stuff. It's a thing.
Yeah. My wife boo-hooed the way home, and her baby. Yeah, it's all good. So, but fundraising, bro.
Fundraising. We have listeners, Craig.
We have
questions,
we have hundreds
too.
of listeners, actually. I'm very thankful, first of all, to everybody who's listening, and people are spreading the word. I can't believe we've got several hundred listeners. It's all because of you, Tim.
Oh, thank you.
It's all because of you and your fantastic promotions and your wonderful voice.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
You're not half bad either.
Yeah.
So this is our first user submitted question show. You'd like to have us talk about, you can send that my way, Tim at iMarketSmart.com, and we can do a show all about it. So if you would like to.
No guarantees,
No
though.
guarantees, That's a good question, which if you're listening to this show, you're probably, pretty smart.
Okay. So this is a question for me.
It's a question for you, and,
Really?
chime in here.
Okay.
So it's a multi-part question.
Multi-part?
We'll start with the first part here.
It's a complicated first question. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Let's see how I do.
So this is from Jen. I'd like to hear what Greg has to say about the importance of cultivating relationships with donors now and why it's worth investing time and energy into doing it right rather than always asking donors for time and energy into doing it, rather than asking donors for money and neglecting a connection.
Right.
So that's the first part.
Okay, do you want to give me the second part now? That first part's, I got a lot to say, but what's the second part? Maybe it's easier.
That dovetails into why it's so hard to change the mindsets in this sector. How can nonprofit professionals get their team on board with engaging fundraising without getting rejected and hearing, but we've always done it this way from the group?
Wow.
That's the massive question that we have to undertake this week.
And this podcast is all about this.
All about this.
Those two questions. Okay, good, because I got a lot to say. So let's talk about the first question first. Why is it worth investing the time in developing a connection? The lack of investment in cultivation and stewardship, and the massive amount of investment in spray and pray populist fundraising aimed at the masses.
Okay, so rather than just continually asking for money and then getting more and more turned off by that ask, instead spend your time. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, here, you can build furniture. I don't know if you know this, but you can build furniture in a very craftsman-like way.
Yeah.
You can do it without any nails.
Sure.
It's an amazing thing to see that kind of craft work go into fantastic, unbelievably beautiful furniture, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you fit it together and it goes just right and it lasts forever.
Yeah.
But you could also build furniture by taking some wood and some nails and taking a hammer and whacking the crap out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a little more expedient to put it together with some nails and whack it together.
Yeah, get your little IKEA toolkit there.
Yeah. Well, not even IKEA. I mean, more crude than IKEA, just whacking it together.
Yeah, okay.
All right. The quality of the furniture that's whacked together is not as good as the quality of the furniture that is put together by an artisan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, same thing with fundraising and donor relationships. The lack of investment in cultivation and stewardship occurs because leadership, board members, or newbies in the field don't understand that this is like a fine wine that needs to be aged. It's not McDonald's here, but they treat it like McDonald's because unfortunately for the fundraisers, everybody else wants some kind of immediate gratification. So they get addicted to sending out that email blast or sending out those letters and getting money back.
Yeah.
Right? It's a nice addiction.
But you're leaving a lot of money on the table because you're not building strong connections. Instead, you're getting these $5, $100 gifts, right?
Exactly. But if you look at the data, and I encourage everybody, here's a plug for this invention I created called the Fundraising Report Card, which is at fundraisingreportcard.com. And it's free, by the way. I mean, there is a paid version, but for all of you listening, I'm not plugging it because I just want your money. But it's free, and we've got a lot of data, CRM.
Yeah, and benchmarks are rolling out September 1st, I believe.
Oh, already?
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Soon. So, yeah, you can compare data between.
Oh, we have some work to do then.
We do?
I was looking at... Okay, so this kind of dovetails into this conversation because when you look at your own data, and we've got, I don't know, billions of dollars in the fundraising report card from organizations of every kind in there, they're all pretty much the same. That most of the money, 80-90% of the money comes from 10 or 20% of the people. The donor retention rate is not that great. It could be better. The only way to get long-term donors is to make them feel good over and over and over again. Okay, so this kind of gets back to answering Jen's question a little bit here, is that cultivation and stewardship is the part that makes them feel good. Now, they also feel good when they're giving, but they're not going to give again if they don't understand what you did with the money. So if you're talking about cultivation and stewardship, it's about making people feel good. And the more you make people feel good about how they're trying to find meaning in their lives and how they can make an impact in the world, and they trust you and they have confidence in your organization to achieve on their behalf what they want to achieve, then you're going to win. But this takes a long time, especially among people who are going to give massive amounts of money.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that part. This is what I used to call in the private sector in marketing, we called this a highly considered sale. Okay?
Like a huge business that signs on for your product. It takes a lot of layers to go through, and
we're not talking about $20 or $2 of change thrown in a bucket on the way to the grocery store. Most of the money is going to come from people with capacity, and that means it's a highly considered sale. I know fundraisers don't like to consider it a sale. It's a sale.
Yeah.
Anytime you're getting money to move from, there's an exchange from one person to an organization, that is some kind of a transaction. You can call it a sale or a donation or whatever you want. But if you want to get that exchange of money to happen in a highly considered way, because you're talking about thousands of dollars or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands, that is going to require a deliberate thought process, not a spur of the moment kind of consideration process. In that regard, if it's a highly considered sale, you have to nurture the relationship. You have to uncover people's needs, build trust, speak to them relevantly, show them that you know them, build confidence. And there's no magic bullet. Now, I even got asked, this is a few months ago going back, where someone called me up, a fundraiser, and said, my chief development officer wants a magic bullet. Those are her words. She wants a silver bullet. And she believes you're the one who can give it to us. So what's the newest trick? There is no newest. The newest trick is put in the work.
Put in the work. It helps to have good data backing up where you're investing your time, so you're talking to the right donors.
Yeah. Great. Brilliant.
But
it's the list.
Yeah, it's the list.
Well, here's an example. Here's a really, really great example. Okay. So talking about the fundraising report card again, because we're looking at the benchmarks now that we have so much data in there from so many kinds of organizations, and we're building out these amazing metrics. And I have to thank Zach Shefska, God bless him, for working day and night, night and day. In the fundraising report card, you can see all these amazing charts. This is a very well-known international relief organization. If I said the name, everybody would know this organization.
Sure.
Can't say the name. It's not
private.
But it's a very well-known group. What happened was, well, firstly, I should mention that they raised $20 million in 2016. So we're looking at 2016 dollars, and 81% of their $20 million, which is $16 million.
Yeah.
Okay, 81% came from 5.9% of the donors. So that's not even...
very small percentage.
That's not the 80-20 rule anymore. That's the 5.9% rule. It's 5.9% of the donors makes up 81% of the revenue all year. Okay, that's only 1,600 of 27,000 plus people. Those 1,600 people retain at a higher rate, and they keep giving and giving year in and year out. We can see it.
Yeah, because they're more considered when they do give, so why would they pull out?
And they're also, because we happen to know this organization, these 1,600 people, and they really focus on about 2,000, 2,500 people, get an amazing level of cultivation and stewardship. They cultivate, cultivate, and then they solicit.
A lot of in-person meetings, or what's their...
They do, not that many, because when the need arises, and again, it's international relief, these donors just know they can trust the organization. They know they're going to get information back about what they did with the money, and then they have confidence in the organization to get the job done. So then when the time comes around and they need more money, they ask... and the donors give. Yeah. It's kind of a nice relationship, isn't it?
Yeah. Here's the need. Please give to this need. Here's what we did to solve this need.
It's kind of how it should work.
It should, yeah.
And the fundraisers, though, do not act like beggars or like they're driving nails into furniture. They know how to create a good fit like artisans. And they won't ask certain people at certain times.
Is it because they gave too recently, or what?
Well, they just know. They just know the people. It may be too recently. It may be that someone's ill or her mother's in the hospital now. I'm not going to bother her with this now.
Appropriateness.
It's just not appropriate. That's what happens when you have a relationship and you understand one another. But then again, there's also these supporters. They understand what's happening and they've been through the drill before. So they step up on their own.
Yeah.
If they hear that there's a problem, they don't even need to be solicited. They just step up. Here's the thing that I thought was really amazing. I looked through 4 organizations this morning because I'm just curious because everybody right now is talking about year-end fundraising.
Yeah.
Year end.
Yeah, it's a big thing. We're going to do an episode on it.
We got to do it. Year end. Okay, well, we're going to bang that out. Oh, wow, I didn't know we were going to. Okay, get ready for this because I'm gonna break a lot of stuff. People are not going to like what I have to say. Here's the thing. Year end. Let's spend hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars and let's spam the crap out of everybody at the end of the year. At exactly the same time when all of our competition is also spamming the crap out of everybody and sending them junk mail. Let's jump right into the pool when everybody's in the pool at the exact same time. Let's do it. Come on, bro. Let's do it.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Yeah. You ready for this? You ready for this? Well, this one organization and all the others that I looked at earlier today were the same. Same story. You ready? Remember that number I said 81% of the dollars all year came from 5.9% of the people.
Yeah.
Year end. Just the month of December, almost 91% of the dollars came from just 326 people.
And generally speaking, those are big months. So those 326 people are giving big.
The last month of the year.
Biggest month of giving, right?
Biggest month of giving, right? This organization gets all riled up. They're going to send out their direct mail to everybody, maybe 2-3 times, right?
Yeah, sure.
And guess who is actually paying the way to make that month in December so huge?
326 people.
Yeah. Out of 5,123 donations in December.
Yeah. Incredible.
Look at that. 5,123 donations, and it's only a total of 326 people giving almost 91% of the end of year dollars. It's making me wonder, should they really be sending out, I think it's almost hundreds of thousands of mailers and multiple emails to everybody? What does this have to do with cultivation? I would bet that those 326 people are very well taken care of.
And they've been spoken to directly earlier in the year, well before the spray and pray marketing hit.
Yeah, and maybe they have tax considerations.
Yeah.
And that's why they do it at the end of the year and they really do it big. Fascinating, huh?
This episode is brought to you by us here at iMarketSmart.com. Learn about the much discussed fundraising report card in this quick break. You've heard Greg mention fundraisingreportcard.com in this episode. What is Fundraising Report Card? Well, it's a free service offered at fundraisingreportcard.com that enhances your fundraising efforts with easy-to-use analytics and charts. Get your proposal approved faster by using the beautiful and elegant charts created automatically with fundraisingreportcard.com. You'll also find a great blog on fundraisingreportcard.com that dives deep into what data means for your organization and how you can use it effectively to make smarter fundraising decisions. Start learning and start generating beautiful charts by going to fundraisingreportcard.com. Now on to part 2 of Jen's question. Why is it hard to change your boss's mind and the approach? Why is it hard to change mindsets?
Okay.
To do this way.
Okay, you ready for this? All right, this is going to make sense.
People don't like change ever, really.
Yeah, people don't like change, but
No.
let me just break. Okay,
Let's do it.
You ready? I'm going to throw it down. Just probably broke some glass on that one. Too many leaders of nonprofits love to give money away more than they like to raise money. That's a problem.
It is.
It's a problem.
What do you mean by give money away?
Well, it's a lot of fun to give other people's money away.
Through their charity and their mission of let's give away what we've...
Well, they're the leader.
Yeah.
Everything stems from the leadership. Look, I'm the leader of this place.
Yeah.
If there's something wrong here, it's my fault.
Sure.
Bottom line.
Yeah, sure.
Okay? If there's something wrong at a charity, it's the leader's fault.
Mm-hmm.
So if leadership is not advancing innovation, ingenuity, doing things in a different way, it's their fault. But when it comes to fundraising, what I'm trying to say is that too many leaders at charities like to give the donors money away to the programs. They love to spend the donors' money, but they don't like to raise the money. There's two parts of nonprofit charity.
Yeah.
You bring in the money and you give away the money. You can't enjoy one more than the other.
Sure.
Now, if you love giving the money away and you don't enjoy the part where you bring it in, which is building the relationships with donors, then it's no wonder, as Jen was asking, like, why can't we change the mindset in the sector? Well, because too many leaders like to give the money away, but they don't like to bring it in. So if you don't like fundraising and you're the leader, when someone like me comes around and says you need to make the donors feel good and this and that and this and that, what do they want to do? They want to sign a purchase order to print up 1 million more things and spam more people. The way they're thinking is, give me my hammer, let me bang it. I just want my furniture done. I don't want an artisan. I don't want craftsmanship. I don't want it done right. I don't want quality. And by the way, the board is breathing down my neck, so give me my money so I can go spend it. Whew. So,
wow.
Yeah, did it get hot in here?
Well, bet.
That's a problem.
Yeah. It's all about where the mindset of the leader is and what their interests are.
Now, if the leader is not interested in bringing in money,
You should hire somebody that
doesn't,
is, right?
well, yes, but no.
No? Okay.
Yes, they should hire someone that is, but they should get the hell out.
Okay.
I think that they've got to love bringing it in just as much as they love giving it away. Otherwise, you're going to end up with this same problem that Jen is talking about. How can you change the mindset in the sector? You can't change it if the leadership just brings somebody in to go slay the dragons.
Yeah.
The leader needs to understand it in her heart
Yeah.
that it's important to take care of these supporters, the donors, the people giving the money that pays her paycheck. You can't just bring in a hired gun and wipe your hands and say, did that. Drives me nuts. Look, if the leader doesn't get it, the organization won't get it.
Because the leader chooses the board and it goes all the way down from there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then what'll happen is the next board meeting is going to be 2.5 hours about programs and how they can give the money away. And they're going to say to the fundraiser, you have 8 minutes to give us your PowerPoint. And then the next 2 minutes, we're going to grill you for not doing a good enough job and then get out of here.
That does not sound healthy.
And then the fundraiser is going to quit and find another job looking for a leader that gets it, that gets that there needs to be an investment. I know some organizations where the leaders of these organizations don't talk to donors, won't talk to donors, refuse to get involved in anything that has to do with raising money. It's dirty. It's dirty to them.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if their donors knew that the leader thought that involving themselves with the supporters is dirty?
Yeah.
So how can we change it in the sector? This is a fairly negative little podcast here, right?
How we switch this around here.
Yeah. If you ask me, I think people should be outed. Honestly, I think that the leadership that doesn't get it should be outed and they should be sent walking. And people should be brought in that do understand. People need to have passion. We started so happy talking about college, dropping my... But yeah, man, it's not cool. You cannot sell a product that you don't believe in.
Yeah.
So how do we change the mindset? I think people without passion and without respect for donors need to be outed and need to be moved along. Now, I'll tell you, the International Relief Organization that I was talking about earlier, they really believe. And their leadership really believes. And their leadership isn't afraid to get involved in fundraising and enjoys the relationships with the donors. If all that's in alignment and you're being just as fair to the donors as you are being to the recipients of those donations, it kind of just works. Jen, I apologize to you because I don't have the answers to this question of how do we change the mindset in the sector, because you're listening to a guy who's just trying to break stuff from the outside and tell people what I think is right and what is fair and what is just. So I think the only way to change the mindset of the sector is to just keep talking about what's right. And eventually people will finally back down from their preconceived notions of what's right and what's fair.
So in that 10-minute presentation, you spend a couple minutes on the fact that 326 people make up the vast majority, and it's all about taking care of the right people.
Yeah, this is why I built the fundraising report card for free. I mean, we didn't start charging until people started asking for all kinds of crazy new charts. And then I was like, okay, if we're going to, I put like $500,000 into this thing and we're not making any money on it. So if people want that much power, I'm going to start charging for it, and people are happy to pay for it. And we've got consultants and consulting firms forking over cash for it. So that's fine. 90-something percent, 95%, I think, of the users of the report card are using it for free. So if an organization puts their data in there, the reason I built it is because it's clear as day.
Yeah.
It's not black and white. It's yellow, blue, orange, and in fact, you can even change the colors if you want. We built that into the tool. Yeah, you can make it look like your colors and put your logo on it and stuff. But it becomes clear as day for the board. And you can even export those 326 donors instantly and be like, oh, it's those people. I know them. Yeah. No wonder they're really holding us up. Let's go find another 326 just like them, and we'll almost double the revenue of the entire organization. How about that?
Sounds like a good approach.
You don't have to go find 7 million people. Go find 326 more just like them. And guess what? Here's a funny thing. If you ask those 326 to introduce you to their friends, you'll probably be done.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you got your 700.
Because some of those people might give you multiple people.
Yeah. Or create a giving club with them. All right, so we totally went off the tangent here. Jen, I hope you got what you wanted. Please write us back and let us know if I went off too far off the rails today, and it just kills me. I want the sector to be fair to donors. Be nice, would you?
So that was our first user submitted question show. If you want to listen to another show where Greg flies off the wagon here, send those in.
Steam coming out of my ears.
Send those in to tim@marketsmart.com. And that'll be fun.
All right, peace out.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Engagement Fundraising. If you like the show, make sure to review it on iTunes and pass it along to a friend or colleague. If you're curious about what we do, make sure to check out imarketsmart.com and make sure to check out the Fundraising Report Card at www.fundraisingreportcard.com. We'll be back next Thursday to discuss donor-advised funds. Thanks for listening.